May 26, 1896. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was crowned as Tsar Nicholas II. What were the common people doing? How were their lives? It is 1760, the Industrial Revolution has begun. With the Industrial Revolution, new cities and factories came up, and industries means the need of labor. But, the conditions of these labors were not as what you expect. They had to work for long hours, live in horrible and dirty places, and get paid very less wage. There were no laws protecting these labors, and it's obvious that Nicholas had no plans to make such laws or care about the common people. Under such circumstances, ideas like socialism gained attention. But that's another topic, so coming back to the topic. What was going on in the countryside? Well, Russia was an agrarian economy, and about 85% of the population was engaged in agriculture. But as you can see from the photo, they weren't happy. You want to know why? The answer is simple: majority of the land was owned by the nobles. These nobles had special privileges since birth and charged tax for the agriculture on their land. But the peasants had no respect for them. They often refused to pay the taxes and sometimes even killed the nobles. Initially, people supported the war in the sense of patriotism, but this support didn't remain for long. Russia was losing badly on the eastern front of the war. This was not it. As the Russian army retreated, it destroyed houses and burned crops, so that the enemy could not live on the land for long. As a result, a lot of people had to migrate to the safer part of the country, which created 3 million refugees. Adding on, large supply of food was sent to the army. Hence bread and flour became scarce. Also, all able-bodied men were called to the war, which led to a labor shortage and several factories shutting down and leading to many unemployed. This defeat and horrors of war demoralized the Russian people. But they did not lose hope. The October Revolution led by Vladimir Lenin had been carried out, and now finally people got what they wanted. Socialism. A lot of things changed, like banks were nationalized, peasants took over the land of the nobles, large houses were partitioned according to the family size, use of old titles of autocracy was banned, and the Budanovka hat was introduced. You might think that now people were happy? The answer is no, because when elections were held in 1917, Bolsheviks lost. Lenin then dismissed the assembly, claiming it was elected under uncertain conditions. This led to a civil war, the Reds or the Bolsheviks versus the Greens or the Social Revolutionaries, and the Whites or the Pro-Tsarists. In the end, the Bolsheviks won. During the rule most harsh leader Joseph Stalin, there was a food grain shortage. This made Stalin believe that rich peasants were holding stocks in hope of higher prices, hence he confiscated the crops that were stopped. He even supervised and raided kulaks or rich farmers. Despite all this, the shortage continued. Then the argument given was that the farms were not modernized and had to upgrade to modern machinery. For this, Stalin believed it was necessary to eliminate kulaks and establish large state-controlled farms. But people were not happy with this collectivization program. They used to pool land together to farm. But they did not like being forced. Farmers started to resist the authorities, but those who resisted were severely punished, deported and exiled. Even then things remained the same. Later a famine caused 4 million deaths. Those who critiqued Stalin were charged with false accusations. Over 2 million were in prisons, labor camps, and many were executed. So, how has the life of common people been? Yes, I agree. They never achieved their main goal of proper socialism. All they wanted was a proper government that could help them. But in the end what they got was a dictator.